sort of ready.
Well,
Looks
we've
like
got,
people are already talking in here.
yeah, we've got Ingrid and Terry are here chatting away. That's
Yeah,
good.
they're talking
So,
about where they live and oh crap.
I can hear a little feedback on your end.
Yeah, I forgot to turn off my uh the music player.
Ah, okay.
So now it's off.
So, good morning, people. While she turns that off, I'm just pulling out things. We're very unprepared this morning, which is normal for us because we had other things in our life besides the live show. And so the April mood board is here on my desk. I also printed, wherever it went to, the pick-a-stick. It's here somewhere. Here it is, the pick-a-stick. And these are available on Art Joy Sharing. So, you can go over there and print them out or, save a copy on your phone or whatever. Hi, Cindy. So, once again, Shel and I were amazed because the color palettes that we picked were so similar. Most of these on the mood board were things from my travels when I went to Florida. I mean, this was a tile on a wall. This was the bridge that we saw, flowers in my daughter's yard, the ocean, that sort of thing. So, there's no way we collaborated on this. And then Shel came up with this pick-a-stick, and it's got the lilac and coral in it. And it's like, okay, these will work together.
I don't know how this happened.
I know.
Because I'm serious, we did not talk to each other. We are completely independent. I picked some sticks. I picked random sticks, but yet my random sticks coordinate with her mood board. And it doesn't matter if I make the mood board and she makes the pick a stick. We trade off each month. It seems to happen every month.
I'm just saying our stars are aligned for some reason, whatever
It's
reason,
very strange. It's just very, very strange.
So we're happy that works out, because then once you got, what I do is I go and I shop my stash, and I start pulling out paints and things that are going to work with these. And I got this is a Stay Wet handy palette. If you guys haven't seen one of these before, it has a lid on it. So you wet the sponge down underneath and it's got your palette paper. And then you put your paint on here and it's going to stay moist while you're working, and you can, actually put the lid on it and save it. So I pulled paints. Because we're doing the journey and the papers, I'd been playing with printing off papers, and what I was doing was I was actually printing some double-sided so that I had ink or color on both sides of the paper. So I printed off a whole bunch of these papers with both sides. And yesterday I was playing around with my die cuts, and so I had some leather and I was cutting out a mini journal. This is just a mini journal cover, and I was gluing up the inside so you can see I've got this clipped down because I wanted to make sure that it stayed in place. I wasn't even sure if I had the right kind of glue to do it with. And so this is going to be a little wrap journal, but I'm going to use some of those papers that are double printed here like this. I'm going to use some of those papers, and I'm going to make my signatures in this journal out of some of these papers. And so I've cut them down so that when I sew my signature and get it in here, it's going to fit in my little mini journal that will just wrap around and be oh so cute, right? So that's what I've been doing instead of getting ready for the show. Sorry. Oh, there's another little journal cover. See, I was die cutting these out of leather, and I just thought they were so stinking cute for mini journals. And they're soft and they're pliable and they feel good in your hand. So, and then I was stamping up papers and all kinds of things. I don't know where I was headed yesterday. Had lots of things on my mind. But this morning when I was shopping my stash, I went over and grabbed a bunch of stencils because, you know, in the Pick-a-Stick, there's lots of things that could, you know, lend itself towards stencils. And so also the mood board, you know, because it's got flowers and fish and the ocean and all of that. So, you know, I just go over and I shop my stash. There's some fish and some other things that might work out with that. And I start pulling things out that I'm thinking might work with the challenge. And that's the easiest way for me to work, is to get things gathered up and be prepared for working on a project. Hi, Barbara Clark. Hi, Debbie. So Shel's hard at it already.
No, not really. I'm trying to decide what to do. I've got some, see, this is what's been happening to me, and I know you guys are familiar with it. I haven't even posted anything in the last several days because I hate everything that I make. These are the last few days worth of little canvases. Hate them. They're not finished. They're ugly. And so that's where I'm at. So I'm hoping that today I can maybe get over that a little bit. I'm going to try to be inspired by the mood board. I've got out a few of the printed papers. I bought a new laser printer, and I just set it up this morning. And so I started to print out a few of our papers that we have in the Art Joy of Sharing Facebook group. And I want to try to use these because that's what we're doing today. And then I thought maybe I would alter some of them. I liked this one because it looked like the colors that are here. Then I thought maybe I would add some of that darker color, but I don't really like that stencil. It's just going to be a struggle for me, and that's...
Well, and we all go through that from time to time. We all go through that. I mean, I started on this panel the other day. This is one of those 5x7 panels, and I was just playing around with those Ann Butler watercolor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I just wanted to get some kind of background down and see how they reacted on a canvas, because I hadn't used these on a canvas. And, you know, I got this far and it's like, okay, I don't know where I want to go from here. So then this just gets set aside because, yeah, I haven't felt the inspiration, you know. And then I pick up the next thing, and the next thing was, well, I had these papers, and so I was playing with some die cuts, and so I was die cutting, you know, those covers for my journal, my mini journals, and then I was die cutting envelopes and playing with, you know, different configurations for envelopes. You know how we do. It's all about art play, right? And I thought, you know, I really need to figure out what I'm doing with all of these things from the group, you know, all of these papers, because I've got a whole bunch of them printed now. I just need to figure out what direction I'm going. So, you know, you got a bazillion things going on in your mind, or at least I do.
Yeah, things are a struggle right now. Just my attitude, my family, everything is just, I can't. Yeah, everything's yucky. I don't like it.
Well, and sometimes that's true. And, you know, other things, other external things tend to contribute to how we feel about our art and what we're doing in our art. So, you know, a lot of times you'll see me do an emotional painting because something has struck home with me. And it's like, okay, maybe nobody wants to hear this or see this, but this is the way I'm feeling right now. And I'm kind of raw. I'm honest about what's going on with me. And I am who I am. So can't help it. That's the breaks. All right. So I got some pinky. Did I do that color? I think that looks like the same color. Don't need that one. Got the dark pink. I need some lilac, and I don't really have lilac, but I have a blackberry, so I'll probably mix some blackberry with some white and get more of a lilac out of that.
That's one thing that I've noticed about different purples. The classic artist colors, you know, the ones that we're all familiar with, the weird names like quinacridone and phthalo and all those, they don't really have anything that's a lighter purple. Like everything has to be a blend, which I think is a little strange.
Well, and I think lilac is kind of strange anyway, because my lilacs can be purple, they can be blue, they can be white, you know, they can be a combination of things. So I'm going to also add, you know, I'm going to mix part of this purple mixture with a little bit of blue, so I've got some variation. Just because I think lilacs are like that, right?
Yeah. Well, just so you know, the color that's picked, whenever I'm doing the pick a stick, it comes up with lilac, and then I go and I do the hex colors, and I pick the one that's like been decided by whoever out there in the world decides color. They decide that lilac is hashtag blah 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 whatever, right?
Yeah.
So the color that's on there is what the world on the internet thinks that lilac is, and it's kind of a blue purple.
Yep.
Which, sure, I had lilacs that color. They were in our backyard. They were bluish purple, but also lavender and also a little bit of white. So
yeah, and see, I think of blue purple as periwinkle.
Yeah.
So, you know, that there you go. It's all in interpretation. But I can see it, like even in this fish image here, I can see some of that bluish purple showing up, even though it's got a silvery scale to it. Actually, a metallic silver would be really pretty on a fish. Hi, Holly. And we got Patches. Tink, hi. People still coming in here. So, okay. So, there we go. We got this. We got this. I think I'm going to start with, okay, we're doing the mood board. I'd started some sketches because I wasn't sure if we were doing the mood board or the pick a stick challenge. So I'll set the sketches aside. And I think I'll just grab one of those grab one of my panels. It's 5x7 panels. Get it over here somewheres. Out of the stack here. All right. So, going to start with collage. Now, you saw last week I was showing you how you can clean these things up. This is that same brush that was just loaded up with all of that glue, you know, and I've cleaned it out. You know, I showed you my jar with my Murphy's in it, and this was the brayer that looked so bad, which is all cleaned up now too. So I'm ready to roll. I've got everything cleaned out and got some fresh water here. And I need to pick some of those papers. I think I want to go. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what way I want to go.
Yeah, me neither. I'm
Let's
winging it.
take a look at this stack of paper here from all the fabulous artists that have been contributing. I like that it's got the blue purpley thing in it. I don't know if I put this one in the group yet. This is one of mine. Don't use red, pink.
It's dark.
This is a good one. That's okay. I think I was starting to cut down pages for that stuff, so I'll set those aside. And I may use some of that.
This paint. I'll just
Got quite a bunch of paper here. That's good. That's not double-sided, so that's a good option, but that's too green. That one was one of Becky's, I think. Yeah, that's got...
Also, they don't exactly print out the color. So far, I need to probably adjust some adjustments on my new printer, but so far the color that I see on the screen hasn't exactly printed out.
I think this is one of yours, isn't it, Shel?
Yep, that's mine.
Yeah, see, and that's got that blue. That's a good choice. So I'll pull that. I might want this yellow as a contrast. It's kind of a yellow-orange. And there's a nice purpley. It's got purple on the back, purple on the front. So that'll work. So I've got enough papers to get started. So I'm going to set the rest of this aside. I can always go back to my pile. And I'm going to start with some torn paper, I think. I think I'm going to start with the light stuff.
Mel, Holly, Debbie. I don't think anyone new has come in the last few minutes. I was just checking. If you have, we welcome you.
Now I could just use glue stick, but I'm going to get some matte medium out here. And I'm going to use a smaller brush because this is a pretty small panel to start with. So just going to go for it, get some stuff down here.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do when you don't know what to do. Just go for it. I'm just tearing up these different ones that I think are good colors.
Yep.
I've got these sand colored ones. I've got these watercolored ones. I don't know. I'm just frazzled. Also, probably we're getting a little bit of fatigue from 100 days. You know, 100 days.
Yeah. Well, VA, and we've already, it's like, oh man, when is this week gonna end?
Maybe never. I have to go get my second shot tomorrow.
Oh, good.
So that'll be a little bit of a relief.
Are you doing the drive-through thing?
No, mine's at the pharmacy. the CVS pharmacy, but the others have all done the drive-through, and they got Moderna, and mine is Pfizer, so
Okay.
I guess it makes
Yeah,
a
I got
difference.
the Moderna because that's what was available for me at the time,
Yeah,
which is fine. You know, I don't, as long as I get the shot, I'm not really that too worried about which one.
yeah, I'm not either. It just was interesting that the pharmacy had Pfizer and the drive-through place had Moderna.
Uh-huh.
Although the other drive-through that I took the other people to, the elderly people here in the house, they got the Pfizer. So I'm not sure. It's a different drive-through. You know, you're just looking for someplace you can go, and when
Any
they opened
place.
it up, it's
Yeah.
like just go find an appointment somewhere.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of how
Well,
it's been going.
I think my daughter gets her second shot maybe today. And my eldest daughter's already gotten hers. My son's already gotten his. So we're getting there. We're getting there.
And my middle son, who lives in California, got his. He's got his first one anyway. California's doing good on the numbers.
Good. They were so bad for so long. I'd worried.
Yeah. I think they've gotten a little better over there.
Kind of turned the corner, have they?
Yeah, it seems like it. So that's good.
That's very good.
My future daughter-in-law, or whatever you want to call her, she works at a hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and so I just wanted her to get the shot as soon as she could, but she didn't get it until just recently.
Yeah.
That one blends right in.
Well, I've stayed in a few hotels and they've done a really good job of sanitizing and doing everything. You know, they've got big stickers when you go into your room that says, you know, we've been here and we've cleaned and we've done, you know.
Yeah. Now she works at the front desk as the manager, and
Mhm.
so you know she has to breathe people's air.
Well, the front desk where I went had the acrylic screen. They were
Yeah.
wearing protective gear. You know, everything that we signed and touched was cleaned. I thought they did a super job.
Yeah, I mean she hasn't been sick, so I guess they were hosting all the fire people and everything there, so they've been busy.
Yeah,
They were busy during all that huge fire stuff that was going
bet.
on. And she didn't get sick.
That's
Well,
good.
actually, she did get a positive test, but she didn't get any symptoms, and she isolated in the bedroom while my son stayed in the front room and slept on the couch.
Uh-huh.
And he didn't get a positive test, so I'm not sure if she had it or not.
Yeah. Well, I know my son had it. I mean, he was sick. But you know, he works in healthcare. So
Yeah.
he was the first line and probably was one of the first to be exposed. And he had it almost a year ago and recovered, thank goodness. But, you know, not everybody does. So
This is looking very watery, so that's good. I'm happy about that. I wanted to go with water.
Debbie says she got the AstraZeneca and they're talking about blood clots. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I think that one's not approved in the United States, but then lives in the UK. So
Yeah, well, they started long before we did. They had things available.
yeah, well, because you know the pandemic's political, right? That cracks me up. All right, let's see. Maybe some of this. I don't know. This might not be too bad. didn't think I was going to use this stencil bit, but maybe I will after all. So kind of, I thought this stencil kind of looked like waves.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. All right.
Oops. I'm moving
I'm
around.
using Liquitex Matte Gel Medium in case you guys were wondering about that. That's what I'm gluing with. And I painted the background a little bit with just some blues and kind of a periwinkle color and some white and some sort of a Tiffany blue turquoisey color before I started. And I'm leaving some of that exposed just a little bit. And then putting these kind of wavy shapes over it. And I thought maybe I'd put some of this more sandy color at the bottom because I got a few pieces of that as well. I'm putting the glue on the substrate as well as on the back of the paper. This is printer paper. It's just, you know, a big ream of printer paper. So
yeah, I tried printing on some other papers and was having some difficulty with it. And if you guys have tips and tricks, let me know. Because I mean, I did try a carrier sheet and all that kind of stuff, but I still had some jams. But I wanted to print on some thinner materials, you know, because
yeah, I would like to do that too, but I just didn't even, I just barely set up that laser printer in here this morning.
yeah,
Trying to get it to work, and I haven't really had a chance to mess with it much. So I have printed with carrier sheet type situations on my inkjet before, but then you got to go, you got to seal it, you got to, you know, fuss about all that too. When
yeah.
I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to
Well,
do it.
the one that I got to work turned out really pretty. Let me see if I can pull it out here. This was rice paper.
Yeah, I'm loving my rice paper lately.
And I'm saying, oh, that's going to be so cool if I can get rice, but I need to work on the carrier sheet because the next one I put through really jammed up good. I had to tear the whole machine apart. So it was kind of a mess. I think it caught on the tape that I had, you know, I taped it down to another, I don't know. Just wasn't working.
Yeah, sometimes it gets all jammy up in there.
It
Yeah.
definitely was all jammy up, let me tell you.
Not a fan of that. That's happened to me before.
So what I'm doing is I'm tearing away from myself because I don't really want that white edge. If you guys do much collage, you'll know what I'm talking about because
Yep,
a lot of times you just don't want that white edge like the torn edge here in your piece. So that's what I'm doing.
Me too. Tearing away. Trying not to get white fluffy edges if I can avoid it.
I keep going to my paint palette and I want the glue. Oh well.
It's one of those days. Let's see. Oh, here they are. I knew I tore some of those pieces.
Hi, Laura. How are you? Hey. There's Vicky. Hope she's feeling better. Everybody wish Vicky luck. She's been doing a little dental work.
Oh, no fun.
Yeah, I went to the dentist this week. No problems. But I know other people that have problems, and it's not fun.
I haven't been to the dentist in over a year.
Well, this was my first time. Yeah, I was in about a year ago, and then, you know, they couldn't really do anything because they can't put any water in your mouth. They couldn't, you know, it's like, so I went in for a cleaning about, about this time last year. And determined I was going to wait until, we got the shots and everything had gotten better. And so I finally went in and got a cleaning done. I was so happy to have it done.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until 2 weeks after. I probably should make the appointment because I'm gonna go. Because you're supposed to wait 2 weeks after the vaccination.
Yeah.
Make sure that it's completely whatever.
I think mine was about 6 weeks ago, so I think I'm good on most of that.
Yeah, I want my cleaning. I'm one of those every 6 months people.
Yeah, and sometimes more often.
Yeah.
It's like if I start feeling like I need it, I'll just make an appointment and go.
Dark over there. I don't know. Maybe.
I want some more of this one.
I don't know. What do I want?
Oh, retirement. Best thing ever. I highly recommend it.
No. Okay. I might be happy with that. I don't know. Am I? No one really knows. Maybe a little bit of dark right there.
Yeah, I'm just getting paper down. I have no idea where I'm headed with this. I'm just getting a background.
Sure, everything's sealed down here. Oh, that's pretty cool. I kind of don't like this rough. This straight edge up here though. See if I can peel it back still. Nope. Doesn't look like it. Well, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of things have been shut down and you can't get those appointments. It's tough. Everybody's struggling with things that they need to get done.
I'm not sure if my dentist is even open.
Well, some things have been kind of like Fort Knox. Just to take Ron in for blood work, they have to go through the whole, got to check you out, make sure that you're not contaminating anybody. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
doesn't understand. He just doesn't understand, the poor thing. He will get there and, he's all covered up. He's got his mask on and everything, and we're doing really good. And then you walk in the door and all of a sudden they want him to shed his eyeglasses and his hat and all of that because they want to do the photo that tells them that he doesn't have a temperature. And so he doesn't understand when he starts shedding stuff. He thinks he's supposed to shed it all. So he's taking off his mask and I'm saying, no, honey, you can't take that off.
Everything else, but not
Everything else, but not that one. Nope, that does not come off. So he doesn't get it. It's a struggle.
Yeah, I took my mom to get some to the radiology place to get some scans of stuff.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let me in. And she feels like I need to be there because she doesn't think that she needs me like as a second person to interpret and to remember and understand. And she gets really mad and she just kind of snips at them. And
well, which is why I go with Ron. All the offices that we go to, because he doesn't understand everything that well anymore. I call ahead and tell them, hey, I'm his caregiver. I need to be with him. You're going to thank me that I'm there with him. because
Yeah, you would
he's,
think that's how they would let me in,
yeah,
because I am the
yeah,
caregiver and I do, take care of them, and they just won't. It's like they've got their ideas now, and they just wouldn't. No way, no how was I getting in there. I mean, I take her to the front and everything and help her, you
yeah,
know, get screened or whatever and type in things on the computer if necessary, but then I have to leave.
yeah.
They won't let me wait in the lobby. I have to go away.
Well, I go where he goes. There's no waiting in the lobby or anything. I just go with him right into the office because
Mhm.
a lot of times, he doesn't hear that well and they start firing questions at him and he just looks at me like, what am I supposed to say?
Yeah,
Because his brain isn't functioning like that anymore. So it's like, okay, you need to ask me because I can tell you, what drugs he's taking. I can tell you how often he takes them. I can tell you what his blood pressure readings are. You know,
right.
he doesn't know.
Half the time they can't even hear my mom. She talks so quietly, and they keep, they frustrate her because she's trying to say something, and she doesn't think they're listening because they can't hear her. And
Right.
when she tries to answer a question, they can't hear her, and it's just very frustrating. It's not a good time to be doing all this stuff, but she's got some issues that need to be taken care of, and so we just have to deal with it.
Well, and everybody's got a mask on, so they can't really look at their mouths and, try to
Yeah,
figure things out. And Ron's hard of hearing anyway, so jeez. So he doesn't always get the drift of what it is they're saying.
yeah. This little fish is really cute. I think I'm gonna do the fish over my watery background somehow.
I think that's an excellent idea.
It's really cute. I'm going to use this piece of paper from my printer that was a print test page. And I'm going to try to draw. This isn't a stabilizer. This is a drawing pencil. Good. Okay. I'm going to try to draw something like this fish. I don't know what kind of fish this is.
It's a fanciful fish.
Was it a sign on a...
Oh, the fish in the picture is actually a tile. It's a ceramic tile.
Wow.
It
Was
was
it
on a wall.
at a fish restaurant or something, maybe?
It was, yeah, it was a fish restaurant. And honestly, we saw some really cool, like the library down there had a ceramic mural on the side of the building that was really cool. And it had waves and, the sunny, it was, there were a lot of things like that that I just thought were great for photographing and getting inspiration from. A lot of times when you walk around and see things when you're out, they will inspire your art.
Yeah,
And that's
definitely.
that's what was happening to me when I was on vacation in Florida while you guys were here with Shell.
This must be a representation of some kind of a fish. I just don't know what.
Yeah, what did I do with
Maybe
that
something
picture?
good for
It's
eating.
well, I'm thinking it's probably, I mean, it looks like some kind of ocean fish, maybe a salmon or something, but it doesn't have the red or the, I don't know.
I'll just say it's good for eating. It's a good for eating kind of fish.
Yeah. Well, yes, I love when I go down there because what do I want? I think I'm gonna go with that one. Um, when I go in the spring like that, the rock shrimp are in season and you can only get it at a certain time
Uh-huh. Yum, yum,
and they
yum.
are very good. I ended up turning that over so I got a little white exposed, but that's okay. because I liked the pattern on the back better than I liked what was on the front for that corner.
It's a good idea to print on both sides. That's smart. I should be doing that.
Well, I thought, number one, I was thinking about pages for those little mini books. And so I
Yeah.
thought, well, I want color on both sides, so that means I need to print both. Hi, Michael Ann. Oh,
Getting your face quite right.
I'm trying to wrap the edges. You don't have to do that, but, you know, that's what I was doing.
Little nose. Stick out more.
All right, and
Let's
I
get
want,
this
I'm going to go for that.
face.
It's not big enough. So yeah, we went out looking for manatee, but I don't think the temperature of the water was just right. A lot of times in that area when the water is cool out in the ocean, and you know, when I was down there, there were lots of riptides and all of that. The manatee come up into those canals, especially first thing in the morning when it's cool out, and we can catch them. Saw plenty of gators, but I did not see any manatee.
I'd rather stay away from the gators, thanks.
Yeah. Well, they were trying to warm up, you know, because it was cool in the
Yeah.
morning, so they were just sunning themselves on the banks. And
Not too long to fit. Oh yeah, it's too long to fit. Shoot. Let's make his face a little bit more stubby. It actually is a little more stubby anyways.
but it's certainly different than, you know, the things that I see here.
Yeah.
We still had snow on the ground, you know. But the colors, the water, you know, all of that just was very inspirational to me. So I was enjoying that part of it. Well, finally about got this glued up. Trying to get those pushed into place so I don't have any air bubbles underneath. But I'm liking those colors. I think that's really pretty. Those papers go together really well. Even though they're from different artists.
What are they talking about? Calendar pages. Like Glenn and Raquel joined us. They're all just chatting in the chat because it's a chat.
Okay, I'm going to wipe off. I don't want to put this in the water yet because I never know if I'm going to need it again. So I'm going to wipe off the excess of my brush and then just wrap it in a baby wipe to keep it moist while I work. And I'm going to grab some coffee.
He just barely fits.
Oh, he's cool.
Barely fits. But I think it'll be cool. It'll be very fishy. Very fishy. All right, let me get a paper piece here with cut paper piecing. So I need to just use this as a pattern, basically, for different pieces. I think that's how I'm going to do it.
I don't know. I like the fish idea. I like the water idea. I like the flowers. I don't know which way to go with this. What do you guys think?
The background is blue, so I need to pick a different color that's much more interesting for my fish. I was liking this print right here because it has all that texture on it. I thought I would use some of that. Maybe some of this purpley color would be nice.
I think next I'll go to my stencils, wherever I put them. Now that I have paper everywhere.
Paper
Do this.
everywhere.
Pile everything on top of one another, and then you have piles to dig through. I'm so bad at this. Oh, that would be a good stencil. It's kind of watery. Get some more out there.
Make that my base color.
Okay, I'm thinking, yeah, let's do this. You guys see it looks like whirlpools.
Oh yeah.
I'm liking that a lot. So I think I'll go with that. Get a brush of some sort to do that with. Here, I've got one of these makeup brush things. Actually, I've been reserving those for my ink, so let me get a different one. You know, I'd reserve some of these for paint and some for ink because you see, here's one that needs to be soaked. Going in for a bath, because I try not to mix the two of them up. Yeah, this has had paint in it. I can tell because it's a little bit stiffer. And I'm going to take this, what did we call this? Lilac mixture. And I'm just going to start stenciling with that lilac mixture over the top of my collaged background papers.
Not too seamless to me, kinda. too much the same. I need something super different. I didn't print very many papers because my printer was not behaving.
Oh yeah, I'm liking that.
The reason I picked this one is because I thought it looked a lot like that. So maybe that would work for the base of my fish.
Okay, Debbie, have a great day. It's good to talk to you.
She's probably going to the beach.
Possibly. She finds lots of cool stuff. I did bring home a sack of shells.
Did you?
A sack of shells. I wonder what I did with it. Yeah, I brought it right down here because I thought I was going to incorporate it into something. But now I'm not sure which shelf I put it on. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I just grabbed some shells and rocks and things. And of course, they have to dig through my luggage to find them when I'm getting on the plane. But you can see I got a nice, this one was a nice big one. I was thinking about maybe even doing something on this piece because it's a larger piece, and then, you know, displaying this as a standalone piece. But I thought we went out looking for some specific shells that my daughter has been finding, but I don't know if it was the riptide or what, but you know, we did find a few. I was looking for more of the corkscrewy kind, and mostly what I found were this type of shell where it's just, you know, but they're pretty and they're cool, and there's lots of things that you can do with these. There's one that's, and the broken ones are fine because they, you know, they glue on a project when they're broken like that. So, you know, you still get the effect of the shell without having to bust a shell. That you just use what you got here. So, and I thought these black ones were interesting. Hadn't seen those. So I got an assortment of stuff. This one, that's cool. Look at that. That's cool. We didn't spend a lot of time looking for shells because I really wanted to see the manatee again. I'd seen them before, but it's kind of fun to see them in their natural habitat like that.
Yeah, when I was in California, the last time I was there, we drove up to up the coast. It's Northern California, and there's a place where you can go see the certain type of manatee that it's like protected.
Uh-huh.
You know, you can't go up to them or get near them, but you can look over the cliff kind of.
Yeah.
And they're down there, and we got there just as it was closing, so we had to like, really hurry. We didn't really get a lot of time to check them out, but next time I'm down there, I'll go in a more timely manner.
Uh-huh.
You know, college kids, even if they're grad students, they don't wake up.
Right.
They like to sleep.
Right.
And so I never can get a good start on a hike or something because always with the sleeping, it's like, would you just get up and let's go do something?
Laura says the black ones are limpets.
Limpets.
Cool.
Mm.
I had no idea. You know, I'm landlocked. I know nothing.
All this extra paper that's on the edge of all these. It's like, come on. Okay, so that can be the base. Is it all pressed down? I can see the lines of the stuff underneath. Make sure there's no bubbles at all. So that's the fishy body. There you go. Now I need.
So did you guys say, hey Carla, how are you today? Did you guys say fish flour? What are you thinking?
Were they telling you what to do?
Well, I was asking, what do you think I should do? And hadn't I know I've got this stencil that's cool. What do you guys think of this? This looks kind of like a catfish or a goldfish.
Is that the Glenn LaFleur one? I can't tell because it's so dark.
Here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's I've used it. I have used it. So I'm thinking.
So what do I want to do? What happened to my? Oh, there it is.
I should just get some gold down here. Wonder what I did with my gold gesso.
I don't know. What did you do with your gold gesso?
Oh, I don't know. But, they are kind of like goldfish. The koi,
Do I have a piece of any kind of jelly paper or rice paper, anything? I need something that I can use. Oh, I got this tissue paper. Oh, I need that.
Ah, I think I spied. Ha, 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 ha. Look at that. There it is. And I think I'll just use some rice paper because I got it out here. I don't know which side I want to paint on though. I think I'll do this side because that other might be a little too absorbent. And put the lid on this.
There's some rice paper.
Hi, Jane. So I'm just going to get down some, I'm going to get down some color on this rice paper to start with. Because I've got this. Here's a little Delusions paint in kind of a, you see this on the mood board? It's got kind of these yellow, orangey flowers here. So I'm going to put a little of that out. Maybe a little bit of the cheddar. No. I want something more yellow. Maybe the gold will take care of that. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this gold gesso. And I'm going to work that around with a card, if I can find my card. There we go. Got a Heidi card. Oh, you know what? This is silly. We were working with these papers. I've got this paper. All right, I might use this for something else. And use this for the fish. because I got plenty of stuff here. Make goldfish. Oop.
All right, I got all these little parts now. That's a start. I got parts with a start. I think I'm going to use a glue stick here.
Now, where's my stencil? There we go. Yeah, I think I've got plenty there to work with. Set that aside to dry.
Okay, so that was that part right there.
We'll dry that off.
And then around his eye,
See what Jim's saying.
lighter. So let's go for some of this yellow color to go around his eye.
Her bottle opener? Are you talking about the ones to get your lids off of your jars and stuff? I've got several different kinds myself. I've got like this one that does lots of different sizes. Okay, I think that's pretty dry. So I'm gonna take my stencil and line it up where I think I want it to go. I don't know how many of these fish I'm really going to want, or portions of fish. So I'm going to tape that just so I can do some stenciling. To my paper. And I'm just going to do it the easy way, which means I'm going to grab some archival and a tool. Actually, let me just get one of these.
All right, let's see.
Oh boy, they're talking about lightning here. So if we have issues,
Yuck.
We've been having rain off and on, which is good because I just planted that whole new hedge. And you know, I put out drip irrigation for it, but nothing like rainwater for your plants.
For sure.
Okay. Bye, Laura. Have a great day. So glad to see you guys. Hear from people, you know, because I wonder how people are doing all the time. And, you know, these chats are great because a lot of people come in that you don't talk to throughout the week and you get to see people and know that they're doing okay. I know we all have busy lives and that there's stuff going on and that, you know, you can come and go, but just, you know, even when you just pop in and say hi, it makes me feel better because I know people are doing all right. I had a friend message yesterday that I hadn't heard from in a while. I was concerned about her because I knew she had some health issues, and so it was really good to hear from her. Trying to get this nice and dark.
What's that piece? Oh yeah, that's that eye. I wanted to make that a lighter color. That's right. Putting all the fish's bits and bobs on.
Oh, your grandkids. Cool. Yeah, so, some people have not had a chance to see their grandkids at all, and it's been tough. And that was my main reason for going to Florida, was because it'd been too long. I miss my family. And we're all trying to be careful and not get our family sick.
Yep. I sure want this to be over.
Yeah,
Wish it would just be
I
over.
think everybody wants it over. It just has taken way too long. Okay, so I've got 3 of these koi, or 2.5. And I'm just going to clean out my brush a little bit here. I'm going to take a black, let's see if I have one here. This is a black jelly roll. I was looking for one that had the sparkle, but I don't see one right handy. Let's see what this one looks like. This is just plain black. If I had one with the sparkle here.
You probably do. It just doesn't want to show itself right now.
Just have to find the right container. Because I use those when I doodle. Which I typically do upstairs. So let me see if I brought it back down. Oh, that's Inktense. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
No luck.
found a bunch of moonlight, but no, not what I'm looking for. Not the one I'm looking for, of course. It's never the one you're looking for.
Of course not. Why would it be?
So I guess I'll just do something different here. This is a Faber-Castell. It's got kind of a brush tip to it. But what I want to do is kind of fill in where the stencil has the breaks. And make the image complete.
For sure.
You know, when they make the stencils, they have to have those breaks so that it stencils properly. But you don't have to leave the breaks. You can come back and fill it in.
Oops, get up there. Okay, this is going to come down like this. That's his gill.
Get his whiskers and all the little cracks and crevices here.
And then this is the other weird part.
And then I'm going to be ready to apply this to my background. Let's see.
Oh, that was way too much glue. Got a little bit crazy
Crazy glue? You got crazy glue?
there. Something like that. It needs an eyeball. That's kind of all the pieces and parts, and then I wanted to just like make some of these. I'm not sure exactly what I want here, but
I remember taking the kids when they were little to the zoo where they had the koi, and you'd go get your handful of feed for $0.25,
yeah,
and you'd feed the koi fish. That was so much fun.
their big blub 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 mouths. They come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did something like that at some point, probably.
But they were always, you know, they were so anxious to get up there and feed them, but then when the fish would start coming up, you know, they'd ooh scream and back up, and you know, it's fun to watch them. Okay, so that's good enough to start cutting them out. Let's see how our background's doing over here. Looking pretty good. Oh, and look at all that lovely paper I still have for collage. Oh, I'm just reading the chat.
Is there anything good?
Well, they have lots of conversation going on about botany and chefs and
And every kind of thing.
every kind of thing, yeah. Which is good. I mean, I'm glad that they can entertain themselves while we glue and cut, and
Yep.
because a lot of what we do is, you know, when we do the speed over, we cut a lot of that out so you guys don't have to watch it. But you guys that come to the live are special people because, you know, you sit and keep us company and chat, and, you know, that's what makes community.
Well, I think if they're here, it's because they want to watch it
Yeah.
in real time.
Well, and they want to talk to their friends that are in the chat. You know, it's kind of cool. So we are grateful for you being here.
Yes, we are. Be pretty boring if it was just us.
So I want to tell you guys, we've got another hop coming up this Sunday, and I think it's supposed to be a premiere with, how many are in that? Is it about 15 artists?
At least. There's a lot of people in that, and it's all premieres. So we hop through.
It's going to start early morning and go on, so you'll be able to catch somebody.
Yep.
And now I'm trying to think of what the hashtag is. Second Sunday. What is it?
Artsy Second Sunday.
Okay. Art. Yeah.
Hashtag Artsy Second Sunday. I haven't scheduled mine yet. I don't know. I guess maybe there has been something.
Well, they don't have all the stuff finished yet, so we'll get to it. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait till they're done with all their whatever they're doing.
Yeah. Well, and I ran into a problem because I was trying to set it up on my iPad, and I couldn't figure out how to get the premiere scheduled on my iPad. So I have a learning curve here. Stuff to do.
I have to go figure that out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already Thursday, so we do need to think a little bit about it, I guess.
I mean, I have it up there and it's scheduled. I just don't have the premiere on there yet, and that's because I was doing it on an iPad instead of my laptop. I mean, I can go into my laptop and change it. It's just another thing to do.
Yeah. I just haven't been interested in anything, so I think I want to put some of this blue on his tail. No, not blue, because it's gonna miss.
I've been doing some cooking and some gardening and stuff, so you know, it's starting to get nice where you can get outdoors. And
what do I have that I want to put on his tail? I don't know. I wish I would have printed more things. Maybe some of that stuff. How are we doing for time?
I'm doing pretty good. Hi, Becky. How are you? Yeah, I know I'm not going to get mine finished, but that's normal for me when I'm just putzing, you know. I didn't know what direction we were going today, and had all this other stuff out of my desk that I was working on that didn't relate to this at all. Well, it did in a way, because I was showing you that little journal that I was working on with the papers. So you'll see that probably pop up again sometime when I get it finished or close to done.
All right, I probably got enough stuff on him. Just need to do some detailing and maybe some glazing and I don't know what. Something.
Yeah, I actually got out some zinc ice because I was thinking about doing some of that.
I need some sort of an eyeball. That's what I need. Today, this was all done with these printed papers. I didn't use a single bit of anything else that's on my desk, which is kind of impressive for me.
Yeah, that's what mine is too, other than the paint, you know.
Where did that, I need little, now I feel like I'm running out of time. Probably am. Just need a little piece of rice paper. Where is it? Little scrapper. Rice paper. I guess I tossed them all in the trash as I was cutting them. I'll just grab one out of the trash because I need an eyeball. I need an eyeball.
Cut a little faster, I think. Just not moving very fast.
I want this section right here, this really darkest blue on this print. That's what I want. I think. And then I need a glue stick.
Yeah, and so, you know, what I would do probably is come back over this with some pencil or crayon or something to get the shadows and all of that stuff, all that jazz. Once I get these applied to my background. Should have had my background ready to roll, but I didn't.
And I just need that little piece of yellow again. Let's just make a little circle. It's nice not to have to seal these papers. That is nice.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm glad I didn't wash out my brush because it's all ready to roll here.
Okay, I think I've got all my collage done. Yay. And I need to get some definition going here, so let's do that next. What shall we use? Pencil pocket brush? Sure, why not?
Why not?
Put my glue brush in the water. Yikes.
Oh, there's the spot I missed. Oh, was getting in too big a hurry with the cutting. That's better. And see how much of this I want.
Pocket brush is being juicy today.
You have a
There's
new
a
cartridge in there?
No, it's actually an old cartridge. I don't know why it's being so juicy. It's just feeling its oats, I guess.
Just feeling juicy.
Yeah. That's cool. I can deal with it.
I know you can. Wrap my, make sure I get all that pushed down. Wrap my brush up again and dry. Hi, Rennie. So once again, there's our mood board. Get the lid on this stuff.
Mood board.
And I'm thinking some of those silvery blues and things in this fish need to come out on these koi.
Seems like a plan to me.
So, what do I have here? I've got gray, got a blue, white, so yeah, let's start with this. I wonder if I have one of these in a metallic. Do I?
It's a good possibility.
I have one in the. Oh, I've got a. Yeah, I've got a metallic neo color and a gelato. Let's try that. This kind of is dull. I want to have some a little bit shinier stuff here. What are these like? That's the wrong color.
You can come in, Mika.
This is kind of golden.
Come say hi. Come on. Mika, Mika. There you go. You come say hi. You say hi to the people. Come on. Come here. Well, I can't really pick you up if you don't cooperate. Come say hi.
Hey, Mika.
Say hi, people. Hi, people.
What's that little girl doing, huh?
She's good. She was hanging out with Dad.
Ah.
You go under there? There's your spot. You go under there? Yep, yep. She says, I don't know. Looks kind of sketchy under there, Mom. Switched over to my
So we are kind of out of time, guys, but you know, this is a work in progress.
I'm not done.
As you can see, this is a work in progress.
I can always put the catch light in its eye.
But it's been fun hanging out with you. We'll post some pictures later today.
How are we gonna work?
Sometime. Let's see. I want across his back here. It's going to have some shimmer down the tail. But yeah, you can see we still have a ways to go.
Yep.
Thanks, Holly. Glad you could be with us today. And be sure and follow along. Do the mood board with us. You know, use the hashtags for the group. Check out
the AJOS journey for using the background papers like we have been doing. Please, if you're using those, hashtag AJOS journey. And you can. There's still time to do it. It's going on all month of April, and you can still share papers in the painted papers file over on Facebook. And you can make something with the papers by printing them out.
Right.
You can be inspired by the mood board. You can be inspired by the pick stick challenge, which we'll probably do next week, I guess. Maybe.
Anything that you do that has to do with the group, you know, post it, use the hashtags, you know, tag me and Shel so that we know what you've done. And, you know, we'll try to follow along with what you guys are doing too. So thanks for being here, and we'll see you again next time on Art Joy of Sharing. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.